Looking for a venue in the Cambridgeshire area that can host up to 120 people for your big wedding day? Hold an outdoor wedding ceremony, hold an indoor wedding ceremony, have lots of quirky decor and be a barn that's full of rustic charm, then this beautiful venue that's in the gorgeous Fenlands may just be the right one for you.
My name's Jack Barton and you join me on my venue tour at the beautiful Sissons Barn in Peakirk near Peterborough. Come with me to have a nosy around this venue. I'm going to show you everything that it has to offer, situated in the beautiful countryside amongst its immaculately well cared for lawns and gardens. Sissons Farm has been in the Harris family for the last 4 generations. These guys work really hard and tirelessly to make sure that the whole area, the whole farm, including the barn, is immaculately well maintained and looked after. As you make your way from the car park, it's easy to find the entrance towards the gardens and then meander on down towards the main barn. The barn, it has a great presence about it. It's only recently been built, but it's full of character and charm. Traditional and modern effects have been added. The great big glass windows are really inviting and they flood lots of lights into your main reception room and ceremony room. As you make your way through the entrance doors, you're first greeted into the foyer area. This is a really good large area where quite often cards and presents will be placed, table plans, welcome signs, all things like this that will give your guests a real insight into what the day holds for them. As you step through the second set of large, gorgeously created glass doors, you then enter the main body of the barn. I think the first thing that hits you in here is the vast open space and the high ceilings, all really created for that wow factor. The main amount of people that will be attracted to a venue like this, I feel, is somebody that likes the whole rustic, outdoor, country feels, and I think that the barn reflects all of these perfectly. However, it will adapt itself really cleverly towards different styles, themes, and all different types of colour palettes too. The barn has a minimum amount of guests of 60 and a maximum amount of 180 in the evening. This area here will hold 120 guests seated for a wedding breakfast. As I walk you around the perimeter of this room, I'm sure that you will agree that no matter where you are within the room, it's always got a lovely aspect to look at. The big, large glass windows, I feel, are a real positive, not only for the light, but also later on in your wedding day when your guests start to mill about a little bit more outside or they're taking a breather. I think it really still incorporates them within the room, bringing the outside in and the inside out, so that it makes it feel like one whole space that you're sharing together. The bar always looks really bright and colourful and of course is always well stocked and well manned. The bar has its very own tale to tell because if you look closely, actually set within the bar itself in resin are lots of old things from around the farmyard like tools and mechanical parts that have been lovingly kept and restored within this resin. This makes a really lovely feature and talking point. Now, another big talking point at the barn is the old forge. This traditional forge has a big story of its own. It is actually the main forge that was used in the village of Peakirk. Unfortunately, it was going to lose its home, so the Harris family decided to buy everything from the forge and recreate it as a feature in this wedding barn. It sat in its own space to one side of the barn, but as you can see, they've replicated exactly how it would be back in the day when the blacksmiths used to work their magic with inside this forge. It's a really quirky piece of art. And quite often here at the barn, this is the area that will be used for your wedding cake. I quite like this idea because you know your wedding cake has a big backdrop of its own then. It sits on a lovely little table in there and is completely safe. Now, all too often here at the barn, many people will actually have the forge as their backdrop from their top table. Depending on how many people sit at your top table, sometimes the top table will actually sit right in front of this forge, looking out over onto the gardens. As an alternative, your top table could also sit in front of the large end wall, looking up towards the bar. As you walk through these doors, you will find yourself in the barn's snug area, which is perfect for those younger ones that want some time out, or even those older ones, or not even forgetting those in-between ones. As you can see, it's a really nice, large and spacious area with comfortable seating where you can just kick back and relax for a little while. Perfect for when the weather is not so great outside. It's an area that people can gather, and as you can see, the bar extends round into the snug too, so drinks are always on tap. It hosts lots of lovely features like the log burner and all those special little touches that the barn has to offer. As you walk back out of the snug area and into the main barn, we'll take you down towards the toilets. These toilets are for the gents, ladies, baby changing and disabled, and everything is really easily accessible. Down the main corridor towards the toilets, we have a lovely gallery either side on both walls of previous couples that have been married here, giving this warm, friendly feeling to the whole place. If you're holding your ceremony inside the barn, it is all too often taken place in front of the forge and holds 100 people seated here. You have other options. You can get married outside, over in the dedicated willow room area, which is further in the gardens and we'll go and explore shortly. Or you can use the entrance piece and get married right in front of the entrance with your guests seated on the lawns either side of the doors. So lots of options available to you. All of the outdoor furniture is really comfortable and roomy and gives a real sociable feel, as well as being sat in the places where you're going to get the very best views of the whole of the garden. This new little addition is the newly dedicated smoking area. A cute little addition which will provide good shelter. The owners are really passionate about their gardens, and as you can see, they are so well cared for and looked after. There are an abundance of colour all year round and for every single season. They've been really mindful to be eco-friendly too, and have provided lots of little bee houses all over the whole venue, creating lots of lovely homes for those all-important bees. You will also find some rather unique trees situated in the garden. These trees have been lovingly created and bespokely made to be part of the barn's history, because each of these leaves represents each couple that has ever got married here at the barn. This is a lovely tradition that I absolutely adore. Each couple is asked to come back after their wedding day and lock their leaf onto one of the branches specially created to hold a memory for you that will last and remain at the barn forevermore. Over time, these leaves age and they change in colour and they just look absolutely beautiful. And I really like the thought of that you leave a little bit of you guys back here at your venue, and you will always be able to come and visit and see your tree, I'm sure. Many people like to opt for an outdoor ceremony now, and the barn has given you a purposely built area for you to do just this. It's known as the Willow Room and has been lovingly created so that all of your guests can sit directly in front of you on benches, and this provides a really lovely ceremony area in the great outdoors with all the wildlife and everything that nature has to offer you. As you can see, this area is nice and roomy and has a nice wide large aisle. You can add extra decor here, you can do many things, but remember that the ceremony time is quite short and you're only over here for a short space of time. Nature will also be your natural decor, so you don't need to throw too much at this space. The willow room is a really lovely area for you guys to say your vows with all your nearest and dearest watching on. You can see that the whole area is really spacious and is perfect for the outdoor ceremony setting. After the ceremony's over, whether you've been indoors or outdoors, it's then nice to come outside and enjoy what nature has to offer. Having your drinks out here and just settling everybody into the day is a perfect way to celebrate your newlywed status. This area here provides a nice flat surface where garden games and things like that can take place. It's great for children to run about, let off a little bit of steam, but also it's lovely for just people to be sat outside enjoying a drink and enjoying the whole atmosphere and the countryside. You will find that all venues have their own little bespoke things that they do to make them extra special. I think the barn goes that extra mile, and here you see Fergie. Little Fergie is a little old traditional tractor that you guys get to take a ride out on the day of your wedding day. You will probably be accompanied by a driver and your photographer as you make your way across back towards the front entrance of the house, over towards the river area. This is a perfect backdrop for you guys to have lovely photos taken, and also just to have some time out for you guys to have a little chat and take a moment together. I was lucky enough to take my own little road test on Fergie, and I really enjoyed it. The backdrop of the blue sky made it perfect, and it was so nice to see where your photographers take you and the photo opportunities that are available to you. Just remember, after your wedding day is over, it's your wedding photos that you will nurture for the rest of your days. So it's really important that your photos are spot on. anyone who enjoys being in the great outdoors, I think this makes the perfect backdrop to your wedding day. You might not have been able to see on my video, but there's lots of ducks and swans and geese, and in the back you could see the cows from the local farm. Obviously you've got the horses in the fields close to the barn. It just gives that real country vibe, country feel to it all, and really makes you feel at home. Of course, if tractors are not your thing, then absolutely you do not need to go for your little ride out on Fergie. That's totally fine. Whatever your day is about and whatever you're about, I am sure that the staff at Sissons Barn will work their hardest to go along with whatever you want. After your little ride on Fergie and having your photos taken, you'll be returned back to the barn, ready to enjoy the evening part of your day. The barn can facilitate up to 180 guests for the evening, so you can have a real good party to celebrate in style. I really hope that you've enjoyed this nosy around this lovely venue. It really is a slice of the countryside that is yours for your own day. I should also mention that the venue works in a way that you are provided with the barn the day before your wedding, so you get time to decorate, do what you need to here at the barn. This is a real plus and a bonus to a venue. Many venues rotate weddings quite quickly, whereas here this family relaxed style is such a luxury for you guys to have. If you guys have enjoyed this video and now would like to come and take a closer look at the barn and everything it has to offer for your wedding day, then visit their website www.sissonsbarn.co.uk and click on the contact form, and the guys at the barn will organise and schedule a time for you that's convenient for everybody for you to come and have your very own nosy around this special venue. I'd also love it if you could give us a like, a comment, subscribe to my channel, as there'll be more videos coming up soon. If you've enjoyed today's video, then this is great. My aim is to provide you with good quality videos that really show you, warts and all, what these venues have to offer.